Hey there everyone, Spazzy Dragon here, aka Syndromes, and welcome to RimWorld with Discovery Freelancer. As I already threatened some people before, it's time to revisit this particular series because it was quite fun. But I did a couple of things wrong the last time I attempted this series, and hopefully I'm going to remedy this with this one. First things first, we are running version 0.17. So that's pretty cool. I was running the old 0.16 the last time, and the cool thing about this version is that it is actually going to give us a lot of things to do. We're not just going to be sitting up there in our base trying to survive. No, this time we're actually going to have some preset goals that we are going to establish in this episode, and, well, everything else is just going to, work out sometimes. Anyway, as the name implies, the character names of this series are going to be taken from the Discovery Freelancer RimWorld thread on our forums. It's going to be using your submitted character names, though I would highly recommend that you submit your own names instead of someone else's name. I already had to deal with some people like that. And today's episode is pre-recorded, or rather it is being recorded offline, as I'm recording it now, but all of these subsequent episodes are going to be live streamed. They're going to be 30 to 40 minute long videos. Hopefully that is bite-sized enough for most of the people to actually enjoy watching them, and that is pretty much it. We are using a list of mods, all of which that I've already posted in the thread, except for one recent addition, which is called Dead Man's Clothing, which essentially means that clothes stripped from corpses is not going to do any debuffs. Now, whether or not it's going to be something that we keep is going to depend on the gameplay, because I'm not exactly sure. It might make the game a little bit too easy, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Anyway, we are going to start a completely new colony with these mods, and we are going to do the crash landed site, and we are going to be random on some challenge. Or maybe we might actually go up to rough if things are a little bit too easy. Before we start, I would like to remind that the idea is with every single episode, I'm going to be manually forcing the game to add another character until all of our characters are in-game, and hopefully that is going to be interesting. I'm not going to be enabling the permadeath mode, which essentially just means that it is not going to allow me to save scum. We're just not going to save scum out of principle. But I think I'm going to keep this disabled because it allows me to make backups of the save in case some mod fucks up. Today we're going to be using a regular world. We are going to set it to high rainfall and a normal temperature. This hopefully is going to give us a rather varied world, but I like my, tropical forests and greens a lot, so, that's just a personal choice. Another thing we need to consider is the fact that one of the long-term goals that we're going to be making is to travel from one part of this world to the another, and, things might get interesting. So what I'm thinking is that we're probably going to start somewhere down here if we can, and we're just going to all the way to the South Pole. North Pole, anyway, and, encounter things along the way. But, first of all, we need to actually see if it is physically possible. Like, if it is physically possible to do that, so let's just place starting location somewhere here, and see if it is physically possible to get to the North Pole just like that. And yes it is. So, that's good. It means we don't have to redo the map. We're just going to disable this. And we are going to let the game pretty much randomize our starting location, and I'm going to set a ground rule right then, and we are going to be using a lot of ground rules, by the way, that I'm going to start the game when the game randomly chooses me a location that is somewhere within this hemisphere, where the tropical rainforests are. And after that, we are just going to slowly make our way up. Something else to keep in mind is that due to the mods, we are always going to have something to do. There's always something to invest in. And the new update actually brings us a lot of dynamic missions that we can complete. And, well, basically, it's going to be less just sitting around doing nothing, thankfully. So, let's just random site that is hopefully somewhere within the... Oh, there we go. Okay, we're in the right hemisphere. Let's quickly double check. We are actually very far away from any other settlements, which is kind of problematic, but whatever. And yes, it is physically possible to get to the North Pole from here, so this is where we're just going to crash land. As I already said, we are going to start off with 6 characters. Something you will notice, by the way, is the fact that this new update and the mods that we're currently running is... it adds a lot of customization to the characters. Like, the characters are gonna be varied enough that it's fun to play. It's fun to sort of follow the progress of your character. So, we are also going to add 3 more characters like this. And we are going to take 3 males and 3 females. A ground rule that we are going to do right now, by the way, is that we are going to start off with characters with no negative health effects. You know, just for the sake of, you know, simplicity. So we're going to remove all of the scars from this character. We're going to remove the addiction from this character. We're not going to make any overpowered characters, no. But the starting group, I would like to not have any debuffs, like, you know, just bad traits. And secondly, I want all of them to be able to do something. In other words, I want characters that do not have any incapable of traits. So let's see, this is fine, carrying intellectual autistic. We are just going to... Oh, sorry, I was actually doing the wrong thing. Come on. Okay, I may actually... There we go. Oh, there we go. Incapable of none. I'm not really looking at this. As you can see, the backstory changes the skills that it starts off, but I can tell you that I'm not looking at them as I'm looking at... Okay, this guy cannot do dumb labor, and now he can do everything. Dumb labor, violent. Okay, I think... There we go. I think the incapability of doing violent things came from the childhood setting. Come on. Just... There we go. Dumb labor... Oh. We had... There we go. None. And last but not least... I would just like to have something that is... Oh! There we go. Alright guys, we have our 6 characters. We are also going to make sure there's no relationships, because that's pointless. And now we're going to apply the thing. So these 3 are going to be male, and these 3 are going to be female. Oh good, I don't even have to, like, change the thing. It's already there. We're gonna start off with the first 3 male characters. So this is going to be Samuel Stoneheart. Oh, it looks like I cannot do the long names. Law Weir. This is provided by Durandal. So this fellow right here, Ezreal Vertiga, and this is gonna be also like this. The third one is going to be... Okay, the only thing is that so the middle name here is the one that is being displayed in the game. And so anyone who's proposing some sort of very long name, it's not going to go in. For example, this guy's name is supposed to be Royal Flush, so... See, I can't really do it. You're gonna be a Royal F. That's what you're gonna be. Oh, no, not really. You are just going to be... Dave's. Alright, so, the first female character is... Von Westfield, so we're going to be... Maren... Okay. Just going to go like this. These two are very similar, so I'm just going to... Something like that. Oh! Perfect! Why not? This is gonna be Helena Wunderbing. I'm going to be butchering all of your names when I try to pronounce them. I think I probably need to start doing this. Okay, there we go. This is going to be Helena. I think we need to change this. Maybe later. There we go. We're probably just not going to use these. Dude, I don't need this. There we go. And the third one, not going to have a name at all. Just screw you. Oh, you're gonna be Sapphire Raven. Because that's probably gonna be easier. Let's see how this works, like how the naming conventions work. And hopefully things are gonna be fine. So, what do we have? Samuel Stonehard Lockyer is a history student, a graphical designer. He's a prostophile. He wants to become a bionic. But he's also ugly. But he's also very good at art. Welcome aboard. Vertiga. So this is Ezreal Vertiga. Vertiga, he's a shelter child. He is a mechanics engineer. He has an annoying voice, but he's also a psychopath. So that's why he has this tiny little top hat. He is good at crafting, actually, and he has a passion for cooking. And he's also very good at medicine, actually. So far, it looks like he's going to be our doc. And Samuel here is going to be our artistic guy. Daves, who are you? You are a wine runner, who's also a warship captain. Pluviophile, you like the rain. Good to know. Bleeding hard. Okay, you're basically very kind, which means you get a good social bonus. You're actually pretty good all around, actually. Welcome aboard, Nethiel Daves. Westfield, you are a music lover and also a addiction counsel. Oh, after require. Okay, so you're an optimist. That's already very nice, and you're also kind and social. Basically, you're social. And well, you are Yeah, you're good at social. You're also very good at artistic things, just like Stone Heroine. Stone Heart. I keep forgetting that. Helena, you are a story writer who's just so happens to be very good at shooting and at melee. And also an intellectual. You are a fast walker and a misinterest. Interesting. And Raven. Raven. You are a brawler. Excuse me, we are going to change that, and this is the only change that I'm going to do. You are going to be... Hello, Pyromaniac. Because this is Nyx, and Nyx's characters need to be Pyromaniacs. Anyway, you are very good with animals, which by the way is going to be very useful in this Let's Play, because we will need to move a lot. And you're also good at crafting, so that's good. And you're also good at artistic. You mean autistic. Haha. Alright guys, no relationships. And as for equipment, we are probably not going to do anything much. Though perhaps we want to have more weapons. Although, you know what, let's just start with how it is. And, well, there we go. One of the long-term projects, by the way, is going to be nuclear fission. And for that, we are going to need a lot of resources, obviously. And so, let's go. Confirm. Three of you, except there's 6. Alright guys, and this is where the game starts, and the game is going to continue in our actual live stream. So, this is where we are going to stop in terms of, you know, this Let's Play, this episode anyway, and, you know, it's gonna be interesting, especially, we are next to the coastline, actually. That's very interesting. Very interesting map, actually. I'm looking forward to see how this develops. Anyway, guys, this was Fancy Dragon aka Syndromes, and I will see you at the live stream.